Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to show you how to do this query as both a join and a subquery. Alter table commands are not the same as insert. They're different. Alter table changes the table definition. Insert just adds more rows to it. They are different. So we're going to kill two birds with one stone. So you were looking for, I'll do it both as a join and as a subquery. I'll do it as a join first, and hopefully that will answer your question. So we have to look at following example: finds countries in the European continent and checks to see if it speaks Spanish. Is one of the spoken languages there. So first of all, we'd have to get all the countries from, and I'll just take the name from country where continent is equal to Europe. Now the next thing we want to know is, do they speak Spanish there or not? So that's going to be the country language table. We're going to have to join I'm just going to cheat a little for less typing and use aliases. Join on L.country code is equal to C dot code, I think. Okay, because it's every country and every language. And L dot, I don't know what the field for that is. Let's just say is equal to Spanish. This may be wrong. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so let's take this whole thing, which is written horribly. Let's clean it up a little bit so you can see. Okay, so there's the query here using a join, right? And so how are they equivalent? How would we do this as an equivalent query using a subquery? So this part would be the same. And the where clause would be this part. The first part would be the same. We're going to have that part. And then the subquery would look something like this. And code is in select country code from country language where language equals Spanish. That would be how the subquery works. And these two queries would be equivalent. Okay, do you see that? We got the same exact result. One used a subquery, one used a join. And I don't know who gave me that question. Where's that question? Oops. Okay. Let's see. That question. That's still not clear on subquery and join expressions are sometimes equivalent. Can you give some more examples? That was another example. I don't know who asked that question. I didn't keep track of that. But if you're still kind of unclear, let me know, and I can give some more examples. But there they are, and I'll post this to my website under the Q&A link. I'll update that. But you got the two query examples. Okay. Um, let's see. I think that was it. It's the last question. Okay. That was the last question there. Let's take a look. Um, Real quick look at these slides and see if there's anything to put any special attention on. Okay, table joins. We've been looking at table joins so far. Talk about inner joins, which is a match between them. Outer joins, right and left outer joins. It just really, right and left just specifies which table is the required one and which one is the optional. Left would mean that the left table is the required table. Right would mean that the right table is the required. And subqueries can be used in a lot of places, which we'll get to later. And some examples we've seen this right here. This shows the old style, or I think it was the SQL 86 style join. Joins are typically not done that way anymore. They actually use the join clause. Yeah, so this is an old style join. Shouldn't even show them. Alias, we just saw an example of an alias. I don't know if anyone has any questions on aliases. It's really just a temporary name you can use for the table in the query. Usually it's optional. Usually the main benefit is it allows you to do less typing. Um, there are some times when it's required. This right here, I believe, talks about a Cartesian join. Yeah, so I talked about that earlier as being the least common, also very often referred to as a cross join. Cartesian join generally refers to the fact that it's a mistake. The Cartesian join, as far as I know, is the original meaning for this type of join, and it generally meant you made a mistake, a bad mistake. Um, the new term cross join was created after data analysis became very popular, because what they realized that in certain analytical settings and for certain analytical reasons, you actually do want to compare every row in one table to every row in another table. Basically, if you're looking for every possible combination of a scenario. So, but that didn't really come out until data analysis became popular. So now they call that a cross join. So a Cartesian join is a join you didn't mean to do, no join clause and you didn't mean to do it, and a cross join basically means no join condition, but you did mean to do it. That's about the difference between Cartesian and cross. They're really the same thing. It's just that one generally is admitting you made a mistake, and the others, no, I wanted to do that. Okay, so some more examples. So this is the SQL 86 standard. The SQL 92, which is 20 years old now, excuse me, uses the join. Much better way of doing it. Okay, and you also have another shortcut called the using keyword, which you can use only if both tables have the same column name, the same spelling on the column name that you're joining on. Joining a table to itself is a self-join, and there are times when you want to do it. The employee table shows an example of doing the cross-join because a manager is also an employee. So if you want to find out who Janet Jackson's manager is, then you actually do a join, a self-join for that.